Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on the Rape of Lucrece, which is an epic poem which, content warning, is about sexual violence towards women. So if that's a trigger for you, feel free to tune out. If it is not, and you want to hear more about what this poem is all about, today we're going to take a look at stanzas 13 through 16, which we already know what the whole thing is about because we had the argument a couple days ago. But we are looking at the actual language that Shakespeare used, and a lot of what he's been doing so far in the stanzas of the poem is trying to get at some of the how and why these things happened. And so far he's been placing a lot of blame on Collatine for talking about how beautiful and virtuous his wife was, because maybe if he had just kept his mouth shut, then Sextus wouldn't have felt it necessary to go back and try to sleep with her. But Sextus has left the camp and has gone back to Colatium to find Lucrece and sleep with her, and she welcomed him graciously, and stanza 13 picks up there saying, "This earthly saint, adored by this devil, little suspecteth the false worshipper, for unstained thoughts do seldom dream on evil. Birds never limed, no secret bushes fear. So, guiltless, she securely gives good cheer and reverend welcome to her princely guest, whose inward ill no outward harm expressed. For that he colored with his high estate, hiding base sin in plaits of majesty, that nothing in him seemed inordinate, save something too much wonder of his eye, which, having all could not satisfy, but, poorly rich, so wanteth in his store, that, cloyed with much, he pineth still for more. But she, that never coped with stranger eyes, could pick no meaning from their parling looks, nor read the subtle shining secrecies writ in the glassy margins of such books. She touched no unknown baits, nor feared no hooks, nor could she moralize his wanton sight more than his eyes were opened to the light. He, stories to her ears her husband's fame, won in the fields of fruitful Italy, and decks with praises Collatine's high name, made glorious by his manly chivalry, with bruised arms and wreaths of victory. Her joy with heaved up hand she doth express, and wordless so greets heaven for his success." So this is the part of the poem where Shakespeare's like, everything appears to be hunky-dory. In the first stanza here, he's like, this beautiful woman who this, lech is drooling over doesn't suspect a thing. So she just welcomes him into her home, and he's not giving away the fact, like he's not acting creepy yet. He's not giving away the fact that he wants to sleep with her. He is acting like a normal person, except that he's maybe staring at her a little bit too much. But since she's not used to that, and since she's not used to like being leered at and getting catcalled and stuff like that, she doesn't really notice. She thinks that, he's just maybe happy to be there or something like that. So she's oblivious to what he wants to do, and he's not giving any secrets away. He instead starts telling her stories of how awesome Collatine has been on the battlefield. And she's like, yes, my husband is awesome. My husband is awesome. So that's what these couple stanzas are about. They're setting the stage that everything appears to be normal. So, we can get that, the dramatic rise and fall of everything appears to be normal, and then we know what's going to happen to her, and things are eventually going to get bad. But we still have a little ways to go before we get there, so come on back tomorrow for more, and we'll figure out how and why we get there. I'll see you then. Mwah.